Hey, welcome back to my channel Endless Pages. I'm Liv and welcome to today's video, which is a reading vlog. Hello, how are we all? It is Monday the 11th of March, about 2:30 in the afternoon. Yeah, 2:30. Hope you've all been well. Listen, I was planning on vlogging all of March just to make up for the lack of content on my channel and just to really kickstart me posting semi-regularly again, and I was gonna like split it into 2 vlogs. It was gonna be great, but listen, I got sick. I got a viral infection. If you can't kind of still hear it, I'm still very nasally. So I spent the last like 4 days in bed, so that wasn't really interesting. I wasn't really doing heaps of reading, although it's picked up again, thank God, and I was too sick to kind of function, and I've had an incredibly sore throat that's still a little bit sore today, so I won't talk for heaps of time. But yes, I am slowly recovering and starting to feel a little bit more human and alive. I haven't put makeup on, but I've straightened my hair, so I feel a little bit more like myself, which is great. And I will be heading back to work tomorrow, so it'd be good to get back into not spending all day every day asleep in bed. Anyway, yeah, so this vlog will be filming can you tell I'm still a little bit sick and I'm not used to human communication. This vlog will be the rest of March. I'll just do a big vlog about what I read for the rest of March, because I have really missed vlogging, and I've been watching a lot of people's vlogs lately and I'm like, oh, I miss vlogging, like it's so fun. So yeah, I'm gonna film the rest of March. We'll see how that goes. It'll be interesting to see. Quickly, I am participating. If you didn't know, you can watch my TBR video. I'm participating in Roll of Reads created by Mel from a book named Mel, her readathon. And this is not in my TBR video because I discovered it after, literally like the day or the night after I filmed my TBR. Realmathon created by Cassidy from Covers with Cassidy, so I'm participating in her readathon as well. So Roll of Reads, I've already done my roll, so I already have a set TBR. And Realmathon is, I guess, a little bit more flexible in terms of what you can read. Like, you can either, so you join a team, I'm on team time, and there's like 4 or 5 teams or something like that, and you compete for points. And when you read a book and log it, you can either choose prompts that give your team points, positive points, or you can choose books that have negative points, which means your points will take points away from another team. So I mean, you can really find books that really, the prompts are really good. You can make pretty much any book fit either positive or negative prompts, so I feel not as pressured doing 2 readathons this month because I can just read the set TBR for Roll of Reads and make it work for Realmathon. I've been trying to squeeze a couple of bonus books in there this month. Each team has like a team colour and a team like object on the cover, thing on the cover, I guess, that gets you bonus points. So my team colour is white. I'm trying to read white books. It's kind of working for bonus points, and our literal thing on the cover is just like, it's got to have an object on the cover, which is pretty easy. So yeah, I'm making it work. I mean, I say that like I've been reading heaps of books so far this month. I haven't, but my reading slump is definitely being defeated and I am going well so far this month. This is a very long and annoying intro. So what I'm currently reading is what you're actually watching for, right? So listen, I haven't got much reading done today. I was planning on doing a book shopping day because I've been thinking about it for weeks, and I was like, save it for your Monday off, it'll be more chill, there'll be less people in the city. But I'm glad I didn't go. I'm still not 100%, so I was like, cool, I'll spend the whole day reading. But I forgot the Oscars were on and they've just kind of finished about an hour and a half ago, so I spent like all day watching the Oscars and watching the Oscars red carpet and blah blah blah, so that's taken up a lot of my time today. So that was really fun to watch, but now my afternoon will be focused on reading now that the Oscars are over. So I've got a couple of books on the go, which is fun. I think I've discovered that I've got to be a more than one book at a time person to keep my reading going. So, first book I'm going to talk about that I started yesterday. This is Chai Time at Cinnamon Gardens by Shankari Chandran. This is by an Australian author, which is very cool. This is a book for the Roll of Reads readathon. I got the prompt. Shoot. What was this prompt for? Oh, this was for blind pick. So it's actually right behind me. I grabbed my, ooh, wow. I thought it was up way higher than it was. I grabbed my TBR cup and pulled a random book out and got this one, and I was very like, about it because it's not really typically my kind of read. It's about like this really culturally rich and diverse retirement village set in Sydney, but it's cool to read something set in Sydney. But it's so weird to have Australian references in my book, like them talking about going to Mitre 10. It's very strange to see Australian stuff in books. So yeah, I have read 38 pages of this book, and so far the writing is quite moving to me. Like, there's already been a quote that I took a photo of that I thought was beautiful. Also, I'm chaotic since I don't tab books. I just like go through it and take photos. So all through my camera roll is just like random pages of books, and I can't remember like what book the quote's from. Anyway, there was this beautiful quote I saw from the book. So it says, Maya walked the corridors of the nursing home, lightly touching the walls, scabs of paint sticking to her fingertips. The building had absorbed the memories of decades of residents who had lived the last years of their lives here. The stories lifted out of the pores of the walls, they were released into the air and inhaled into her body and then her blood. Like, so far the writing is really beautiful, and it's about this main character who, her and her husband's friend buy this retirement village in Sydney, and the original plan was to just sell it, but the main character Maya kind of, I don't know, she seems to fall in love with the place, and she's a really interesting main character so far. I mean, I've only read 30 odd pages, but she really connects with the people in this retirement village and wants to give them dignity in their final years, and sees them as human, and which they are, but you know, doesn't think of them for their age, but wants to give them dignity, and says they still have hopes and dreams, and it's really quite moving. I think this is one that I'm not going to be able to read and like just focus on this book, because it's so not a me kind of read. So I think for the rest of the month I'll just kind of read it in little snippets. But so far I'm enjoying it. I think it's going to make me quite emotional. So I feel like it's going to be a bit of an emotional roller coaster. So I started that yesterday. And then, what else am I also reading? Should I do this one first or this one? No, this one. I'm also started yesterday this bad boy. This is The Bone Ships by R.J. Barker. This has been on my physical TBR for years. It is not on my Roll of Reads TBR. Ignore the construction noise. It's been going on for like 5 days. It's not on my physical TBR, but it's technically white, so I thought it'd be good for Realmathon. And I'm in a fantasy mood, definitely. And as soon as I read the blurb of this one, I was like, oh, it's piratey. I'm definitely in a piratey mood. Like, you know, when you don't know what you're in the mood for until you read a blurb and you're like, this is what I've been in the mood for. So this is about 2 nations at war and a prize beyond compare. For generations, the 100 Isles have built their ships from the bones of ancient dragons to fight an endless war. The dragons disappeared, but the battles for supremacy persisted. Now the first dragon in centuries has been spotted in far-off waters, and both sides see a chance to shift the balance of power in their favour, because whoever catches it will win not only glory, but the war. So yeah, this sounds really good. I picked it up last night and then I read like the first 2 pages and I like literally put it down. I was like, it's so high fantasy. There's already fantasy words on like the 2nd page. I'm already lost, and put it down. And I was like, no, like, let's not be intimidated. So I picked it back up and I'm really glad I did. Some words I thought were fantasy words, but I googled them and they were real words and I felt really dumb, so I persisted, put a bit of context behind what I was reading, learnt what some of the words meant, and I'm really enjoying it. I ended up reading 54 pages last night. I read a bit and then we did some sprints, Discord sprints in Merb's Bitches Discord, which of course is tagged down below, and I actually got a bit done in there which I was pretty happy with. So yeah, I'm enjoying this so far. I'm definitely vibing the parody kind of vibe it's got going on. And yeah, this is about like Joron, who is the shipwife of this ship. And from what I can tell, like it's this place you kind of get sent to. I don't know, like, they haven't told us why he's been sent to this kind of bad ship. It seems like a ship full of people that have been kind of like criminals and they've been kind of cast off onto this ship. Anyway, he's the shipwife of this ship, which is kind of like, I think, like the captain. And then this woman comes up and was like, give me your hat, which is like the symbol of his power. And he's like, no. And they fight it out. He gets humiliated because he's like, he's drunk and a mess. And this woman comes and kind of like takes control of this ship. And we don't really know her motivations because she's quite well known, quite powerful, like doesn't really belong with these bunch of like mess up criminal kind of people. So yeah, we follow the main character and try to figure out what she really wants. And yeah, well, no, we follow the main character trying to figure out what she wants. So I'm really excited to see where this goes. Like, I'm not quite sure what's going to happen or where this is going to go, but I'm so glad I picked this one up because, yeah, I'm loving it. Okay, final book, I promise. This has been the longest intro. How long have I been filming for? Oh, like 15 minutes. Oh my god, I need to shut up. Final book, I promise. What I'm also reading at the moment is... Nope, that is a wrong audiobook app. On Libby, I am listening to, oh yeah, The Book of Cold Cases, that's what it's called, by Simone St. James. So I'm about 9% in on this book. Let me just read the blurb because I'm still not quite sure I can describe the blurb very well. So let me just pull it up on Goodreads. So this is set in No, it's not. It's set in 2017, and we follow Shaya, who is a receptionist, but by night she runs a true crime website, The Book of Cold Cases, a passion fueled by an attempted abduction she escaped as a child. So she meets this woman just by chance, Beth, who is involved in this murder back in 1977. And it was known as the Lady Killer Murders. 2 men seemingly randomly were murdered with the same gun with the strange note left behind. Beth was the perfect suspect, a rich, eccentric 23-year-old woman seen fleeing one of the crimes, and she was acquitted, and she retreated to the isolation of her mansion. So, yeah, so I think it is about Beth being interviewed by our main character, Shaya. And I think it's going to be like figuring out if Beth is actually the killer. Was she really actually wrongfully accused? What is actually going on? So I think it's going to be quite interesting. I've just kind of gotten up to where Shay and Beth have met, and Beth has agreed to the interview. Bit of a slow start getting to that point. Like, it's taken an hour of listening to get to that point, but that's at 1.25 speed. I listen very slowly. So I'm excited now to actually see the interview actually get started, and I'm glad I've gotten through a little bit of the background building of the story, because yeah, I want to get into it. I mean, I haven't really been spending heaps of time listening to this recently. Like, I just listen to it when I can't be asked to physically read, or when I can't physically read, like when I'm getting ready for work and stuff like that. So it's been slow to get through it, and maybe that's impacting my enjoyment of the start of the book because I was listening to it so slowly and in such little short bursts that maybe it's made it feel slower than it actually is. I don't know. Anyway, that is my super long introduction. So yeah, currently reading The Bone Ships, listening to the Book of Cold Cases, and reading Chai Time at Cinnamon Gardens. So I think my focus this afternoon will definitely be The Bone Ships for sure. I want to maybe get to page 100, but it is very high fantasy and I'm reading very slowly, so who knows if that's going to happen. Who knows. That's like that many more pages, so it's not too bad. I'm potentially might be hosting sprints this afternoon. I don't know, my throat's still a little bit sore, so I'll see how I go. But yeah, that's my plan for the rest of today. Yeah, okay. I hope you enjoy this vlog. I'm sorry that introduction was a lot and information overload, but yeah, I hope you enjoy this reading vlog and I will see you in the next update. Hello there. It is currently about 8:20 at night. It is Thursday the 14th of March and I'm sorry that it's been 2 days since I've updated. I got kind of sick again. So I ended up not going back to work on Tuesday and had Wednesday off because I was still not right. I had to go back to the doctors, got antibiotics, blah blah blah. Anyway, so that's why I haven't updated. I have a genuine excuse and I apologise. Anyway, I'm here now to update. And I do have a little bit of an update for you. So, last I saw you, I was telling you that I was going to pick up The Bone Ships by R.J. Barker, I believe. And I told you I was listening to, actually before I talk about this, I told you that I was listening to the Book of Cold Cases. I've soft DNF'd that, wasn't vibing with that story. I don't know, it just wasn't super intriguing, like, I don't know, I wasn't enjoying the story, so I've soft DNF'd that. Maybe I'll try it again sometime in the future, because I wasn't, like, hating it. Maybe I just wasn't the right book for the moment. I don't know. So I have gotten to page 106 of The Bone Ships, and I'm quite enjoying this. I'm really enjoying this. I'm loving the writing. I'm loving the main character. He's quite a flawed character, and at this point where we meet him, he's really not in a good place, but his motivations are changed when, yeah, this woman, I think I told you, like, takes his, like, kind of captaincy off his hand, and suddenly you see this big motivation to get it back, which I like he's not morally grey, I don't think. He's just, yeah, you feel sorry for him. He's just, like, not doing well. And yeah, I love the writing. It's very, like, character focused at the moment. We're following Joran and this other woman who's come in and is now the shipwife, like the captain. And we've had our first kind of big parody battles-esque type scene, which was really interesting, and it was really interesting following Joran through this battle where he's clearly, like, yeah, he wasn't prepared for it, didn't want to do it. Yeah, it's really interesting following his character. I'm really liking it. I'm really liking the atmosphere. I'm liking that we don't really know our new characters, like, her motivation. I like not getting much information. It makes you so curious about her and want to keep reading to get little snippets of her and what her true motivation is. Is it good? It seems like it's good, but I don't know. We don't know much about her or how she ended up on this ship with these criminals. Clearly something had to have happened. So yeah, I like her. She's I don't know. Her and Joran have this interesting relationship because at moments it's like she seems to want to encourage him to be better, but like I don't know if that motivation is because she needs that to be able to have a functioning crew to achieve whatever she wants to achieve, or if she genuinely sees like potential in him. I don't think her encouraging him at some points has like a pure motivation like that. Like I feel like she is just thinking, I need him functioning so everyone else can function, and this can be a well-oiled pirate ship and we can get shit done. Yeah, so yeah, they both seem like quite flawed and interesting characters, and I'm really like enjoying taking my time with this one. I haven't read it yesterday or today, I just took a bit of a break, but I'm definitely going to get back into it tomorrow. Yeah, it is, yeah. I don't really have, like, I'm really enjoying this book, but I don't have a lot to say about it so far. It's interesting. I feel like I'm watching like the world of like Pirates of the Caribbean. I don't know. Just fascinating. I'm really enjoying this. Anyway, I know that wasn't really clear, but yeah, it's me. It's my channel you're watching. So you come to expect me not being very clear. Anyway, so since I haven't been reading that, and I haven't been reading the Sundown, not the Sundown, that's their other book, the Book of Cold Cases, I was like, I need a different audio, I think. I need an audio when I'm not well, and I just need an audio. So I started listening to None of This Is True by Lisa Jewell. I read their book, The Family Upstairs, the end of last year, and it was incredibly weird, but I loved it. And it was like, disgusted me, but I loved it. It was so good. And I just really liked the unhinged characters. So I picked up this one. This one is really interesting. We follow two main women who come across each other in a bar one night and discover that they're birthday twins. They're both turning the same age, both born on the same day, and happen to be both born in the same hospital. So like crazy, one of those crazy like whoa moments. And then one of our main women decides she's a podcaster, and she normally does like podcasts on like, you know, really interesting, powerful women. And she decides she wants to do something a little bit different, and the other main woman is like, no, like, I'm about to turn my life around, you should do your podcast on me. So it started out first that, oh, let's do a podcast that we're birthday twins, and the more that this woman podcaster interviews this other woman, she starts to discover like this other woman's life is crazy, and she's like, I think there's something here, but I think it all goes wrong a little bit. Like, she discovers things are not quite right a little bit too late, and by then everything has begun to go very wrong. Again, Lisa Jewell just seems good at writing the most unhinged characters. The main character in this book is crazy. Like, she is like absolutely insane and terrifying. Like, I'm terrified of this woman. I like the thought of having, like, knowing someone like this, having them in your lives is just like the thought, and just like having them in your space and in your house, and oh my god, it's terrifying. Like, she's an unreliable narrator, and it takes a little bit for that to kick in. You're like, oh, because like you can't help for some of it feel sorry for her, because you're like, without spoiling it, she hasn't had the best life. So you're like, oh, it's like clearly like a little bit, you can see a little bit why she acts the way she does. Like, it's circumstance, right? It's upbringing, it's a bit of nature versus nurture. And then you just start to feel like, I've flip-flopped this whole book. Like, I feel sorry for her, and then like her partner who like she talks about, and I'm like, oh no, he's a creep, I don't feel sorry for him. And then you just like flip-flop, and the more you read, the more you learn about this woman and her life and her lies, and it's just like absolutely insane. It's so gripping. Like, I'm like flying through it because I just need to keep finding out revelation after revelation. And I don't know, she's just, Lisa Jewell just seems really good at writing these unhinged, terrifying and fascinating, creepy ass like people in her books. It's been like an absolute wild ride. And what's good as well is there's two narrators for, like, one narrator for each woman, which is nice. And then there's also a cool aspect because, like I said, one of the main characters is a podcaster, and you hear snippets of her podcast throughout, so it's like multimedia, which is awesome. And listening to the audiobook, you get to hear the music and like a different voice saying this is a clip from this podcast episode, and you hear interviews with people, so it just makes it even more fun and fast paced because you get all these mixed media little snippets throughout as well. Yeah, so I have just under an hour of this left. I'm hoping I can get through this tonight, because like as soon as I hit the hour mark left, like everything, the reveals have started, and I felt that it was pretty consistently fast paced throughout, but now all of a sudden like it's just like the big reveal after reveal after reveal at the end, and I keep getting blown away reveal after reveal. Like it just, like I knew she was unreliable, but like the level of craziness you just do not realize. Oh, it's crazy. It makes your skin crawl, this woman, and the thought of her being in this other woman's house. Oh, it's like crazy creepy, but I'm obsessed. I think so far it's definitely sitting at a 4.5, maybe even 5-star. Like, it's so good, and I definitely made the right decision picking this up in audio form. Like, it's amazing. So hopefully tonight I'll finish that, and then even though I feel like I don't deserve this, but I was meant to go away on the weekend. That's not happening anymore. And I took like a flex day, so like I used hours that I've built up to get like only have to come in for the morning at work, but I haven't worked in like a week, but whatever. I went back to work today. So anyway, I finished at 11:30 tomorrow. So since I was sick and didn't get to go book shopping when I wanted to, because I haven't gone book shopping for months, I am taking myself out to lunch tomorrow. I finish at 11:30. I'll get the bus into the city, and I'm gonna go have lunch and go to Dimmicks and Kino and Abby and have a bit of a book shopping day. So I probably won't buy heaps. Like, I won't go crazy, but I did just get paid. So I probably won't film a separate haul. Maybe I'll film a little haul in this vlog. But yeah, that's my plan for tomorrow, and on the bus I will read this bad boy. Yeah, that's all I think I have to tell you. Yeah, that's all I have to tell you. Both books I'm reading at the moment are amazing, and I'm really hitting a good stride with books at the moment. I haven't read any more of Cinnamon Gardens. I'll probably leave that very last minute. But yeah. That's my update. I'm currently doing some reading sprints, so I should probably get back to that because I feel like the time is about to run out. And yeah, I will hopefully put in some footage of my book shopping and pop in a little haul as well. So I will see you tomorrow. Hey, it is currently Friday, the 15th of March. It's about 7:50 in the morning, and I need to do this so quickly because I literally need to go to work. But hello, super quick update. Last night I finished the audiobook for None of This Is True by Lisa Jewell, and holy shit, I was so blown away by the ending. Like, the last 2 minutes, bruh, oh my god, I can't say without spoiling, but I thought I was like satisfied with how I felt about everything and what I believed and didn't believe. And yeah, that just completely like threw all of my thoughts out, and now like I don't know who to believe. And I think that that was a great way to end the book, rather than, you know, you've read this book of lies and unreliable narrators and you don't know what's true. And I guess having a satisfying ending of like, oh yeah, this is actually what happened and that's it, doesn't make as much sense as ending how it did with like more questions than answers is the perfect way to end that book, because that's how you felt reading the whole book. And now that I think about it, I'm like, that was a perfect ending because I'm so unsatisfied, and that's the point, I think. So I did end up giving it 5 stars. Just, I think the ending definitely pushed up my rating of it So yeah, that's 2 for 2 Lisa Jewell books, 5 stars that I've read so far in my life. So I will be reading more Lisa Jewell. Yeah, I loved it. I loved it. Holy shit, what an ending. Anyway, yeah. That's the first thing I had to tell you. The second thing I had to tell you that I completely forgot to update you in my last update last night, which is from 5 p.m. tonight, the 48-hour readathon returns. This is a readathon we kind of do monthly over on Merb's Bitches Discord. It is a readathon hosted by Merb, and you basically just read as much as you can in 48 hours. A bunch of people do sprints. It's a lovely time, and I didn't think I was going to be able to participate this time because, as you know, I think I said I was meant to go away but haven't. And yeah, I was thinking about what I want my TBR to be for the 48-hour readathon. Like, I usually do like a couple of books, like smallish ones, but I decided this time that I'm just going to focus on the one book, this Bone Ships, for the 48-hour readathon. I think my goal, I don't know if I can finish it. It's like 460 pages and I'm on page 106. I don't think I can finish it, but my goal at the minimum is at least to get through a good chunk of it, and if I finish it, that is just an added bonus. So I'm not putting too much pressure on myself. I think the last couple of 48 hours I put too much pressure and haven't met the goals and have kind of given up because I'm like, I'm nowhere near meeting this goal. So I think this time around, having such an easy to achieve goal like reading a chunk of it is better for me because I can accomplish that. So I just have to be honest with myself how much I can actually accomplish in the 48-hour readathon. Yeah, so that's all I wanted to say. I'm gonna go to work now because I need to go to work, and yeah, I will see you soon. Hey, it is the same day. It is now about 4 o'clock, and yeah, it's been a really good day. Just quick update, I'm going to show you the books that I got when I went book shopping today, and I got Hosier tickets. Oh my god, today was the second pre-sale of Hosier. He's coming to Australia in November, and I got tickets. I was out so I couldn't film it, but like, oh my god, I was shaking, I was freaking out, I was having a meltdown, like a good meltdown. Oh my god, I cannot believe that I'm going to see that man live. It's been a dream for so long to see him, and I got tickets and I'm still like on a high from it. It was absolutely insane. Like, I got them as well. I was the one that got them. My friends were in the queue and I got them, so like I'm still like absolutely freaking out, and I still can't quite believe it's real. Like, so that was the first thing that happened. So yeah, I worked till 11:30 today because I had some time built up, and then I went book shopping in the city, which was lovely, but I couldn't quite focus because I was so like, oh my god, I just got tickets. So yeah, I went to Big W, and then a little independent, they're kind of independent bookstore, and then Dimmicks and Kino. And I was pretty sensible. I think I was pretty sensible with what I got. I didn't go too crazy, which I'm pretty happy with. So I'll just do a quick little haul. I've got, yeah, just under an hour before the 48-hour readathon starts as well. So I will film this quickly so I can get myself sorted to start focusing on reading. But firstly, Big W, I got this one. The Serpent, the Wings of the Night. Oh, The Serpent and the Wings of the Night. I was like, that doesn't make sense. This is by Carissa Broadbent, the first book in the Nightborn duet. So this is said that it's The Hunger Games meets vampires. Ooh. In this heart-wrenching epic fantasy romance. The adopted human daughter of the Nightborn vampire king, Aurea, carved her place in a world designed to kill her. Her only chance to become something more than prey is to enter the Kejari, a legendary tournament held by the goddess of death herself. But winning won't be easy against the most vicious warriors from all three vampire houses. To survive, she is forced to make an alliance with a mysterious rival. This guy called Rain, I think. I think I butchered that. He's a ruthless vampire, an efficient killer, and an enemy to her father's crown and her greatest competition. Yet what terrifies Aurea the most of all is that she finds herself strangely drawn to him. This sounds so good. Everyone has been hyping this book up so much at the moment, so I think I'm going to eat this up, hopefully. So I got that at Big W, and then the other ones I got from Dimmicks. I got the sequel to Jade City, Jade War by Fonda Lee, because wow, I'm going to shut up about Jade City, I promise, but wow, is that a good book. I think I will be audiobooking this whole series. I audiobooked the first one, but I loved it so much I wanted to have a physical copy. And then, what else did I get? This one I've seen around for years and I've never really read the blurb, but I finally picked it up because they had heaps on display at Dimmicks. It is Hell Followed With Us. This is by Andrew Joseph White. Apparently it's won a bunch of awards. As young adult, I read the blurb today in Dimmicks and I was like, this sounds amazing. So this is about a 16-year-old trans boy, Benji, and who's on the run from the cult that raised him. As soon as I saw cult, I was like, I'm in. The fundamentalist sect that unleashed Armageddon. How cool does this sound? And decimated the world's population. Desperately, he searches for a place where the cult can't get their hands on him, or more importantly, on the deadly bioweapon they infected him with. When he's rescued by a ragtag, as soon as you say ragtag group, I'm like, I'm also in. He's rescued by a ragtag group of teens from the local LGBTQ plus centre, affectionately known as the ALC. They offer him shelter as long as he can control the monster within and use his power to defend them. Their leader Nick is gorgeous, autistic, and a deadly shot, and Benji soon discovers that he has a hidden agenda and more than a few secrets of his own. How fucking good does this sound? Has anyone read this? I don't think it's a super new book. I think it's pretty old. 2022. Anyway, has anyone read this? This sounds so good. I can't wait to pick this one up. It sounds amazing. And the cover is just absolutely sick. It is such a sick cover. I love the colours as well. Anyway, finally I got this one. So I walked into Dimmicks and this was the first book I saw and I was like, this is going to be a good shopping trip. This has just been such a good day. This was the first one I saw when I walked in and it sounds so me. So this beautiful book is The Principle of Moments by Esme Chikimi Pearson. And look at the cover, it's stunning. This is a space opera, and as soon as I saw space opera, I was like, yes, 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 yes. I love space operas. The blurb also sounds amazing. So first we are in the year 6066. In Emperor Thracian's brave new galaxy, humans are not civilians, but indentured labourers working to repay the debt they unwittingly incurred when they settled on Garan, a desert planet already owned by the Emperor himself. We follow Usher knows that she's just another voiceless clog working on the assembly lines that fuel his vast imperial war machine. Her only rebellion, studying stolen aeronautic manuals in the dead of night. But then a cloaked stranger arrives to deliver an impossible message and her life changes in an instant. We also jump back in time to 1812 and follow Obi. He's done with time traveling, and never mind the fact he doesn't know how to cure himself of the temporal sickness he caught whilst anchoring his soul to Regency London, the one that unmakes him further with every jump. Or if the prince he loves will ever love him back, or why his father disappeared. He is done, until he hears about the ghost of a girl in the British Museum, a girl from another time. When Obi's path tangles with Ashes and a prophecy awakens in the cold darkness of space, they must voyage through the stars, racing against time, tyranny, and the legacy of three heroes from an ancient religion who may be awakening, reincarnated in ways beyond comprehension. Like, how amazing does that sound? So this is a love letter to black readers of science fantasy. The Principle of Moments is a symphonic, century-spanning adventure unmissable for fans of the spacefaring found family of Becky Chambers, who I still need to read, The Alternate London of V.E. Schwab, and The Virtuous Climate Craft of N.K. Jemisin. Like, holy crap, like, what a haul. These two are very spur of the moment. Like, I'm trying recently to not just go in and title hunt. Like, I've just been trying to just look, read blurbs, take my time, and these two are definitely results of me just going in with an open mind and not, you know, not looking out for titles that I know or that I think are popular. Like, just reading blurbs and taking my time and really, you know, looking and exploring. So those two are definitely a result of this, and they both sound amazing. So yeah, I'm so happy with my books. I'm glad I was pretty reasonable with what I got. I was going to get some manga as well, but I stopped myself because I was like, maybe wait till the next paycheck for that. But yeah, that's all I wanted to tell you. I got Hosier tickets. And I had a book haul, and I had a really nice lunch at Jimmy's Cafe. I had like meatballs and mashed potato, and it was so good. So I've had an absolutely lovely day, to be honest, and finishing work at 11:30 probably helped my lovely day as well. So yeah, it was an absolutely lovely day. I am going to go chill for a bit. I've read a little bit more of the Bone Ships on the bus. So currently, before starting the 48 hour, I'm on page 134. I think my goal for tonight, for 48 hour tonight, will be get to page 200, which is a pretty reasonable goal, I think. And yeah, that's my goal. I'm going to go chill for a bit, and then Erin's doing kickoff sprints on her channel. So yeah, okay, that's my update. I've had a lovely day, and I will probably see you tomorrow, hopefully with an update. Hello, it is currently Monday the 18th? Monday the 18th of March. It's about 10 p.m, so I really need to wrap this up quickly so I can get my makeup off, have a shower, go to bed, sleep. But I thought I would give you a quick reading update. So the weekend just gone was the 48 hour readathon, and I'm really ashamed to say that I was not very productive during it and didn't accomplish the very simple goal I set out for myself. So yeah, I'm a little bit ashamed. And I was live for like 8.5 hours on Saturday. Like, I ran sprints all day and I still barely accomplished anything. I'm not surprised. Listen, it's unsurprising behaviour, but still disappointing. I still managed to disappoint myself anyway. But I mean, I haven't done no reading, so I mean, I'll tell you what reading I have done. So I told you I was reading this one, Time at Cinnamon Gardens. I actually started listening to this on audio instead. So I think I'm enjoying it more on audio actually. So I'm on page 133, so I'm like 34% of the way through, and I think the more I read this, the more I'm starting to like it. Like, it's really character heavy, which I do typically tend to like in my kind of books that I read. It's like a really big character focus. I feel like I'm really getting to know these characters on such a deep and emotional level, and it's making me really care for them. It's kind of not what I thought it was going to be as well. It's not following the woman that created the nursing home. It's, well, took over the nursing home. It's more following it's actually like multiple POVs, so it's following her daughter, and it's following her daughter's best friend and the husband. The best friend's husband kind of all have their own perspectives, and it keeps flicking back and forth. And then this other guy that works at the nursing home as well, you hear his perspective kind of flashing back to his past and his present in Australia. Yeah, it's really sad. I guess all of the characters are dealing with different kinds of loss, so it is quite heavy, and it's quite sad and emotional, and it's dealing with important issues such as racism and what that looks like within Australia as well, which is obviously prevalent to me as I'm Australian. So yeah, I just feel like this is giving me a perspective that I haven't really read from before, and yeah, it's really making me think, and it's really emotionally moving, and yeah, I feel like I've done a complete 360 about how I feel about this book. Or maybe it's because I went in with a bad attitude thinking it wasn't going to be my kind of book, so I kind of tainted the experience when I first started. Maybe it's audio as well that's really helping, but I feel so emotionally connected to these characters. So yeah, it's making me want to like educate myself a little bit more on Sri Lanka and the history, and yeah, it's really good. It's really good. It's not really focusing on at all on like the actual elderly people in the nursing home. It's more focusing on, yeah, the daughter of the owner. So, and them dealing with their lives and all the different losses in their life. So I'm quite enjoying this actually. And then, oh, the other book I'm still reading this one, The Bone Chips. I don't know why I'm rolling my eyes. It's because I feel like I'm reading it really slowly, but I am loving this book. I'm just loving, I feel like it's kind of the opposite experience to Cinnamon Gardens. I think these are two books that are good to read at a similar time for me, because this is so character focused, and this is just more like, I'm loving the setting and the atmosphere. Not the atmosphere, that's probably not the right word. I'm just loving the setting and the world in this book. Whereas this one, I'm loving the characters. But in saying that, I do love the characters in this book, and I love Joran. Like, I love reading from his perspective. And we are seeing so much character growth, which I hoped for, and I love it. But this one is just like good vibes. It's just a really fun world, and piratey and fun, and I'm just loving it. It's slow moving. I'm currently on page 226, so I think I'm like 44% through this book. If my phone would unlock, I could tell you. 44% I think. Yeah, 44%. Yeah, I'm loving this book. I have learnt now our characters' motivations, and like, I know now why Mies the shipwife is doing what she's doing. Do I trust her completely? I just have this bad feeling that I shouldn't trust her, and I'm getting worried because Joran, my love, I love him, he's starting to really trust her and get caught up in her being the shipwife, the captain. And I just don't want anything bad to happen, because Joran has had so much growth in such a little amount of time, and I want to protect him. Yeah, I'm absolutely loving the world of this book. You're just like reading them, having parody adventures, and growing as a crew, and just I'm obsessed. So that's literally the only reading update I have for you. So I'm very sorry, it's very slow moving progress at the moment. I have to go into the city tomorrow for work, which is really cool. I have a cool training opportunity tomorrow, which I'm quite looking forward to. It'll break up the week. It's a cool opportunity. I'm lucky to be able to go on it. So that means my my trip to work will be a lot longer than usual, so hopefully getting the bus there and back will be a significant amount of reading time for me. So I will probably take this with me to read, so I should hopefully make some progress in this one tomorrow. Yeah, I'm going to go because my camera's about to die and I need to go to bed. I'm gonna go have a shower, take my makeup off, get into bed, and maybe if it's not too late, it might be pushing it a little bit since I have to get up earlier tomorrow, but I might audiobook this for a little bit in bed. We'll see how I go. Anyway, yeah, that's all I wanted to tell you. I'll see you with another update soon. Hopefully the next time I update you, it will be with more of a significant word count? Page count update. Yeah, okay, I'm tired. Good night. Hello, good morning. I have to film this clip so quickly as I'm gonna leave for work in like 10 minutes. But hello, it is, what's the date today? Tuesday, the 21st of March. It's about 7:40 in the morning. Oh, actually I have 20 minutes before I leave for work then. Anyway, and I just wanted to do a reading update. I think it's been like 2-3 days since I updated you last, and I was getting quite frustrated because I didn't have any like significant updates to give you, and I feel like my reading, even though I was doing it, was very slow moving. So I finally have an update for you, which makes me happy. I ended up finishing the audio of Chai Time at Cinnamon Gardens last night. I was planning on having an early night since I'm going out tonight and tomorrow night, and working on Saturday, but that kind of stopped when I got back into this, and was like, I need to finish this like right now. Yeah, so I finished this book. I ended up giving it 5 stars. I don't think I've ever had such an emotional reaction to a book before. Like, don't get me wrong, I've cried at plenty of books, but I was sobbing like the last, I don't know, probably last half an hour of the audio for this book. I just feel like it does a really good job of putting myself as a white Australian into the shoes of a person of colour living in Australia, and it just does a really good job of showing how one of the main characters, he's like, I'm not a racist, like, this is not racist, this is just, you know, how I see it, blah blah blah, over like a little thing over a Captain Cook statue. And he does this, kind of starts this avalanche of racism because he makes a little comment, and he says after, he's like, well, I didn't know it was going to happen, and I didn't know it was going to create such hatred, but I guess it's showing that how easily one little act of racism can ignite such hatred, and how quickly the loudest voices that you're hearing when these issues happen are the hate-filled and racist, and how quickly that can avalanche into what is, I can't even imagine how terrifying it would be, and yeah, how terrifying it would be to live when comments like that and horrendous things are being said about your religion, or your people, or not even your heritage, but you just get grouped in because you look similar to white Australians, like you look similar to the group that's being treated incredibly racistly. Racistly? That's not a word. You know what I mean. So I just feel like this did a really good job of really hammering home what it's like and how quickly this hatred can grow and grow and grow into terrifying violence, and the impact that has on their lives, their safety, and yeah, emphasize the importance of how important your story is and heritage, and how important those stories are, and they need to be told. And it was just like, I was really moved by this, really emotionally moved. I loved the characters. I ended up feeling so emotionally connected to them, and it was beautiful, and it was really, really sad and emotional end, and I was sobbing, like I couldn't control it. It was, yeah, I've never had such an emotional reaction to a book before, and it did such a good job at making me so emotionally invested in these people. So I get the hype now. I get it. It is 5 stars. It is absolutely beautiful. And I have learnt that I should read up more about the Sri Lankan Civil War, because I had no idea about it going into this. And I feel bad for being so naive, and not naive is probably not the right word. So unaware, I guess, would probably be a better word, and that I should read up on it. And I guess that will give me a little more context behind this book as well. So yeah, I just wanted to update you that I finished this. This book kind of emotionally wrecked me, so I didn't listen to any audiobooks this morning, and I probably won't listen to anything while I'm opening up at work, because I need a minute. Some books, you know, you can just like jump straight into the next, but like I need a hot minute, because holy crap, that was incredibly stressful end to a book, an incredibly emotional end to a book. I also really loved the final line. I guess skip ahead like 10 seconds if you don't want to be spoiled, but they're talking about people's stories and how important it is, and telling the stories of your heritage and all that kind of stuff. And they say decades of stories from hundreds of residents who have lived and died at Cinnamon Gardens, the retirement home. The stories we tell each other and the stories we tell ourselves, the stories we reveal and those we hide, the stories we tell our children. These are the temples we build, she whispered. They must not be erased. Maya, the last bit's not going to know. You're not going to understand that without context, but yeah, it was a beautiful book about the importance of telling your history, especially if you're from a country where that history is erased, or so it was beautiful, and I think a lot of Australians should read that book, because yeah, I think it's important, and it has incredibly important and beautiful things to say. So I almost even got emotional again reading that. Oh my god. Anyway, that's all I had to say about reading. My camera's also about to die. Tonight I'm doing something a little bit different for me. I'm going to see a play, which is so cool. One of my best friends is really into Shakespeare. She loves Shakespeare, and there was a play on at the Opera House, so we're gonna go to the Opera House and watch a play. I'm very excited. I think we studied this play. We're gonna see Midsummer Night's Dream. I remember studying that maybe in like year 8 or something, or year 7, I can't remember. But I was never very good at Shakespeare, so I've done some reading. I know the basic plot before going in. And it's a comedy, so it's gonna be fun, I think. And yeah, I'm looking forward to getting a little bit dressed up and going to the Opera House and seeing a play, so that'll be really fun. And then tomorrow night I'm going out for dinner with my group of friends, so I probably won't update you tomorrow either. Sorry. Anyway, that's my update. Sorry it was very rushed, but everyone needs to go read this book. It's beautiful. And yeah, I will probably see you then on Saturday for an update. I probably won't have gotten much reading done at all, because I'm working 12:30 to 4 on Saturday as well. So yeah, I'm getting nervous about my TBR, guys. I'm getting real nervous. Anyway, I gotta go. I'll see you soon. It is now Sunday the 24th of March. It's about 11:30, and I thought I'd give you a quick update. I haven't really updated in maybe like 3 days. I can't remember exactly. I feel like after I finished Chai Time at Cinnamon Gardens, I was in such a book hangover, and I haven't really done any reading. Well, a little bit, but barely any. And I'm still trying to get through this book, and I feel like the longer I stretch this book out, I'm gonna ruin the experience for myself, because I am genuinely loving this book, but I feel like it's starting to annoy me because of how long it's taking me to read. So I have about 150 pages left, and I know that might not sound like much, but this book is taking me, I feel like this is the slowest I've ever read a book. I really, really, really have to take my time with it. So 150 pages in the context of this book is a lot, but I feel like if I push through, I can do this. I was gonna host some reading sprints, but I was like, no, I'll just get distracted probably, even though that's kind of the point of the reading sprints, is to focus. But when you're hosting, you know, it's a little bit different. So I'm just going to, my plan is literally just to read all day, read this book, because I'm loving it, and I feel like I'm just reaching that point of like the final kind of battle of this book, and I feel like the more I read, the more I just love the main character. I know I keep saying that, but I love him, and I love him, and I love seeing him grow. And the more I read, the more I see him grow, and I just love that. And I love the world building of this book, or the weird and wonderful creatures, and it's just such a fun and dangerous world where there's so many things that could kill you. So I'm really enjoying it. I'm really enjoying the writing. I just feel like every time I pick this book up, I'm just completely pulled into this fantasy world, and I think the writing is so fantastic that I become absorbed in this world. So I really want to finish this book. I really need to finish it. Plus, it's the 24th and my TBR is far from done, so I'm getting a bit nervous about that. So I need to finish this book. So my plan for the rest of today is to finish this book if it kills me. Yeah, I'm just going to sit down and I'm just going to read, and that's it. It is technically the peace talks for Realmathon, which is like, it usually happens over the weekend, and I think, I could be wrong, I think everything you read like counts as double points, which I feel like normally people would read a bunch of smaller stuff, but I am just going to focus on this book and this book alone, and hopefully tomorrow that means I can start another book, maybe this one, but we'll see. I feel like I always come on here with grand plans, being like, my plan is to do this, and then I never do. But maybe I'll prove myself wrong for once. So I know that's not really a super interesting update. I apologize, but my next update, I will have finished this book. Okay, I've got to go because I can't waste time. It's going to take me all day to read. Oops, my bookmark. But yeah, I'm going to finish this amazing book, and then I'm going to come back and tell you what I rated it. Okay. Hello. I just blow dried my hair and it's sitting like so bad. Like, I don't know what I did to it. I like blow dried it straight and it's sitting so ugly. I literally don't know what to do with it. Anyway, hi. It is still Saturday. My hair looks atrocious and it's currently 9:30, but I have an actual update for you. A very exciting update. I finished this. I finished this about 6:30. 5 stars. I loved it. I loved the final kind of epic battle scene. It was really tense and scary, and I was like so terrified for all of my people, and it was fun, and the ending has just left me so curious about what's to come, and it's got me very excited to read the sequel because it was just such an open-ended ending. And I feel like reading this book has just put me in such a like epic fantasy mood, and I'm just ready to get back into just reading huge fantasy book after huge fantasy book. So 5 stars. I really, really, really thoroughly enjoyed this book. I loved the world. I can't wait to continue on. 5 stars. So since then I've just been kind of like fucking around. I haven't really been doing anything productive other than I washed my hair, and that's kind of productive. Had dinner. And I've just been on TikTok kind of since then, but I think seeing as though it is the 24th of March, I should pick up another book tonight, and I'm actually genuinely in a reading mood after reading a 5-star read. So yeah, so I thought I would talk you through the rest of my TBR, and also that I need to do a punishment for Roll of Reads. So when I filmed my TBR, completely forgot one of the rules, that if you roll a 1, you've got to take a punishment, because like if you roll a 1 in D&D, it's like pretty crap to roll a 1. So I have my punishment cards here and I'm so nervous. I just read through them and there's so many ones that I would be screwed if I got, and I am so determined to complete my Roll of Reads TBR. So I thought I would just like shuffle these and pick one. I hope it doesn't say do another roll, because like then I'm just gonna have to set all the prompts up again, and I really don't want to do that, so yeah. Alright, I'll just shuffle these like quite well. Hold on, I'll shuffle and I'll be back. Alright, I've shuffled these quite well and I'm just gonna like pick one. I don't know, this one here, and see what my punishment is for rolling a 1. I'm so nervous. Okay, I don't know which way is the right way up, but is this the right way up? Yeah, looks like it. Alright, I can't read that. What does it say? Oh shit. No! I was gonna actually complete my TBR if I didn't get a prompt like this. Y'all, look. Why did I go American then? Y'all, look what I got. Over 450 pages long. Wait, this could actually work. I need to move this out my way. Where is it? This is still on my TBR and I was going to audiobook this. This looks like it's over 400 pages. Yes. Okay. Let's not panic. Come back, book card. I'm sorry. I think this could actually work. Alright, here's what I can tell you about what I actually need to read for the rest of the month and my plans. So, it's the 24th. And to complete my Roll of Reads, I still have to read 5 books. Well, 6 books now. So I'll just talk you through what I actually need to read. So this is a host favourite. I can't remember what host. Black Butler Volume 1. This was, there was this rule in Roll of Reads where you could replace any prompt with a host favourite. The prompt I think I was replacing that I pulled was published in the 1980s. So that's that one, which is fine, you know, it'll take me an hour or so to read that, so that's fine. I need to finish this book, which is Unholy Terrors by Lindell Clipstone. I started this months ago, and this was for the Bookymon prompt pull, Moon on the Cover. And I looks like I've taken the bookmark out of this. I must have been in a rush to find a bookmark. So I can't remember exactly in this book where I was up to. I think I was around the 200 page mark of about 350-ish, 360 I should say odd pages. So it shouldn't take me too long to read that kind of page count, but it was very slow paced and that's why I put it down. So that's that. And then I think this was for the prompt maybe mentioned in the Gilmore Girls, I think. I need to take the tag off. I think originally I picked what's the book called? Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte, and I was like, that's not happening this month. So this is the 260 odd pages. Not sure how I'm going to feel about this one, but this is A Curious Incident of a Dog in the Nighttime. It's a mouthful of a title by Mac Haddon. Really not sure if I'm going to vibe with this book, but it's short and the writing is like pretty big. So that's that. And it keeps going. The other one I need to read is Joan M. Harris's Orphea. This is for the prompt A Retelling. And I saw this at work and it was really pretty, so I need to read that. This is only 220 odd pages, so not too bad. And again, the writing is like pretty big. And then I also need to read The Travelling Cat Chronicles. This is by Hiro Arakawa. This was for the prompt, set somewhere you've been, so Japan. And now, after pulling the punishment, book over 450 pages long. To be fair, I was already planning on attempting to read this as well, because the host of Roll of Reads, Mel, is also hosting a read-along of the David series. This is City of Brass, book 1 of the series by S.A. Chakraborty. And I was planning on audiobooking this, and I believe at 1.5, which is my usual speed, it's about 13 hours. Yeah, I was planning on reading this before picking this shit ass Punishment. But it was going to be like not a priority compared to the 5 other books I've got here. And I did technically get like 30 minutes into the audio, but I was kind of getting sick at the time, and no, I wasn't getting sick. I was just getting off being sick, so I still wasn't like 100%, and I don't remember concentrating that hard on it, so I would have to restart for sure. So that's what I need to complete before the end of the month. Like, that's insane. How do I think that that is going to happen? That is all of these. And it's the 24th. I am delulu thinking that this is going to happen. But like, so many of these books being shortish is giving me like false hope. So I think tonight I need a break from fantasy after finishing an epic fantasy. So I think I'm going to start The Traveling Cat Chronicles by Hiro Arakawa. This is about a cat called Nana, and I think Nana and its owner is going on a field trip. Satoru is the owner, and Satoru is keen to visit 3 old friends from his youth. And Nana doesn't like know why they're going on this road trip, and Satoru won't say why. So I've heard it is incredibly emotional, and I feel like I might sob at this book. So I'm very scared, but I will give this a fair go. Not my typical genre, but hey, I said Chai Time was not my typical genre, and I absolutely loved it. So yeah, I'm going to go start this book. Maybe attempt to get to 50 pages tonight is my minimum goal, because we need to get this shit going. Yeah, so that's what I'm going to do tonight. I also edited today, and I am now up to date on this vlog. I'm kind of editing as I'm going, so as soon as this finishes I can upload it. So I feel accomplished today, but also very scared because yeah, I'm like so close yet so far from completing my TBR. Anyway, yeah, that is what I wanted to tell you about. I will probably update you tomorrow, hopefully. Until then, I'll see you soon. Now Friday the 29th of March. It is about 10:30 in the morning, and it is the Easter long weekend here in Australia, which is so amazing, which means I have 4 days off in a row, which is crazy good. So I'm in a fantastic mood because I'm not at work and I have the next 4 days off, which is just really good for the mental health, really good. So yeah, I'm in a really good mood. I don't think I've updated you since Monday, and it's now Friday, which is probably not great, but I haven't really had anything to tell you. So Monday was my Monday off, so I only worked 4 days this week as well, which was just beautiful. No, I only worked 3 days this week, which yes, amazing. Anyway, so Monday was my day off for working the Saturday, and I was like, oh, I'll just go down near the beach and go for a walk along the beach. So I went for a walk, and I was like, oh, I didn't really, like, I knew it was sunny out, but I didn't really check the weather, and I was like, oh, it's hot, and I was in like a big t-shirt and like long leggings for the walk. And I was like, oh shit, it's hot. So I did the walk and walked back. And while I walked, I was listening to City of Brass by S.A. Chakraborty, which I will talk about in a sec. But yeah, I was just listening to my audiobook. And I was like, oh my god, it's so hot and it's such a lovely day. And
We're kind of in autumn now here in Australia, so I just wasn't expecting it to be like that. And I saw people on the water and I was like so jealous, and I was like, I was only going to spend the morning, just go for a walk and then come home. But then I was like, well, I want to be in the water. So I wasted so much money. It was such an expensive day. I literally went and bought a costume, like a swimming costume, and I bought a towel, and I bought a bag, and I bought sunscreen, and I bought the dress I bought was on sale for like 20 bucks. I bought a $20 dress to put over my bikini because I was like, it's so hot. And I went for this impromptu swim, and the water was absolutely beautiful. Like, it was freezing at first, and normally I'm one to be like, you know how they say, like, dip the toe in and be like, ooh, it's cold. But I stood there and I was like, think about how much money you've just spent on this swim. You better get in. So I got in, and it was the most magical, beautiful swim. Basically haven't read since then. Like I said, on Monday I finally started City of Brass by S.A. Chakraborty. This is a book that's kind of, it starts in Cairo, and it starts in the markets of Cairo, and we follow this girl who's kind of like Nari, I think that's how you say it. Nahari, or is it Nahari? No, I think there's a Nari in the audiobook. Sorry. She is kind of like a little bit of a scammer. She just like does these like fake readings and fake diagnoses to people in the market, and then like she robs some of the, so she's like a little like kind of like a street thief, just, you know, making coin any way she can. But she doesn't think there's anything magical actually about her, but is there? And then yeah, this book has like jinn and spirits and all this magical stuff. So on Monday I thought I listened to so much of it because I listened to like 2 hours, and that was like only 84 pages. So I'm on page 84, just about to start chapter 5, and I had kind of mixed feelings at the start. When I first started on my walk, I was like, oh, this is kind of boring. Like, I get it now. It was important setup for the world and getting to know the character. It was important setup. But I was just really bored. Like, I was bored with it, and I was like, ah, shit. Why am I feeling this way? Like, everyone that's reading this book is loving it. For the joint read along. Did I tell you that Mel from A Book Fiend named Mel is hosting the David Bad read along? I don't think I said that. Anyway, I'll tag her channel in the description, of course. Yeah, and I was just kind of bored, and then slowly but surely the action kind of kicks in, and now I think I'm enjoying it a lot more now that the plot has kind of begun. I also didn't realize it was dual perspective. Mwah. Which I love. So we now follow this other character whose name I cannot remember. Ali, that's it. We follow Ali, who's this like prince, and I think he is genuinely about to start on this journey of, well, he was already kind of on it, but he's just about to take this big leap, because he jumped at the end of the chapter I just finished, about doing the right thing for people. So I think we're going to see maybe a lot of character growth for him, which I'm a sucker for character growth. So I don't know, I feel like maybe eventually these two people will meet. Yeah, so far I'm quite intrigued. It's a lot for my brain to get kind of a handle on all of the lore and characters of this book. Just keeping in my head, like, we go to the City of Brass, and keeping a head on the kind of political like groups of people and what's going on there is like, it's taking me a little bit to wrap my head around and follow, so I might have to slow down the speed of the audiobook, which I'm already on 1.5, so that would be really slow. But I do plan on continuing to listen to this because I'm really liking the narrators. But yeah, so far I'm intrigued, and I feel like I'm going to like it more now that I've reached this point where it's really getting started. So that's that. The other book I started, when did I even start this book? I don't know when I started this book, but I Tuesday night maybe, not sure. I started the Traveling Cat Chronicles. This is by Hiro Arakawa. I think I already told you what this one's about, so I don't think I need to tell you. If not, I'm sorry. I've read about 22 pages, I think. Oh no, 52 pages. 52. When did I read 52 pages? Damn. I've read 52 pages of this book. And it's in the cat's perspective. Yeah, I don't know. So far, I'm kind of not vibing with this one. Like, it's quite sad already. I just don't know. I feel like I'm not emotionally connecting with the characters. I feel like I should, because they did this whole backstory of like how they met, and it was genuinely really, really, really sad and touching. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm just not in the mood for this one. I'm just really not feeling it. But I mean, it's short, thank God. What is it like? Oh, it's like 250 pages. So what? I've got like 150 pages to go, which is nothing. I mean, it reads pretty fast. It's pretty simple. Like, don't have to put much thought into it. Yeah, kind of not vibing with it, which just I'm like completely shocked by it. Yeah, so like I said, it's a long weekend. I didn't set an alarm last night. I was like, I'll wake up when I wake up, like it's fine. I wanted to sleep in, and I don't know, I ended up waking up at like 9, which I know is like pretty late for most people, but for me it's pretty early on a day off. I think it's because I fell asleep last night. Yeah, I fell asleep for a couple of hours, woke back up, and then fell back asleep, so I got extra hours of sleep. So I think that's why I woke up without an alarm at 9, and then I just had this sudden urge. I was like, alright, let's take advantage of these days off. So I got up, I washed my hair, I did a hair mask, and I put on lotions and potions, and then I cleaned my room, and I feel really nice and fresh, and like that I won't be rotting in a nasty room over the long weekend. Like, it's nice and neat. So now I think I'm definitely ready to set the mood to read, but what am I going to read? Like, that's the problem. I don't think I should start a new book. Like, I don't think that's going to help the issue. I think I should finish this one. Like, I've only got 3 days left, like, to finish my TBR, so I think I'm just going to focus on getting this one done today. It's just 150 pages, and then I think once I finish this one, I will just listen to a significant amount of this audio. I might, like, it's not the nicest day. I might go for a walk maybe and listen to this, but I think that's my plan for today. Listen to a couple of hours of this and finish this book. Yeah, I think I'm just going to, I was going to host sprints, but like no one's going to watch. Like, it's a long weekend. Everyone's got their lives. Everyone's got a life, unlike me. No, I say that, but this is what I want to do. I want to read. So I think I'm just going to put on a timer for myself, light a candle, put on an aesthetic background on the TV, and yeah, I'm going to read. So yeah, I'll update you hopefully with a better update soon. Hi there, it is now Sunday the 29th of March. It is Easter Sunday and the third day of my 4-day long weekend, and I have an update for you. It's probably not going to be the update that you expected. Oh, actually, if you've watched my videos before, probably is an update you expect. I've had a pretty good day so far, actually. I have actually put on makeup, which is a miracle, and I filmed a video. I filmed my April TBR, which I'm really happy that I did that. I have started editing it. I've edited like 9 minutes of it so far, so I've also decided to do some reading sprints, so I'm currently hosting reading sprints, and I genuinely forgot how much effort actually goes into editing a video and how tedious it can be. So I'm so not used to it, and it feels very weird to edit, and I'm editing very slowly. I forgot how actually long it takes you to edit a video. Anyway, so that's what I've been doing with my day so far. In terms of reading, so I have given up on the TBR. Wow, shock horror, everyone is completely and totally shocked by that. Not really. Yeah, I felt myself start to get slumpy, and I've had such a great reading month that I'm like, why end it on such a bad note? Why go into a reading slump when I know it's coming? Like, I can feel it beginning. So let's not do that. So yeah, I said F my TBR. I don't think any more reading is happening this month. So yesterday I stopped trying, and I feel really good about that. I'm starting fresh tomorrow with a brand new TBR for a brand new month. So let's wrap this vlog up and talk to you about the final things I need to talk to you about. So first of all, I did not finish or listen to any more of the audio of City of Brass. I think I really will enjoy this, but I don't think now is the time to read this, and I don't want to hate this book. So we're putting that aside. Very, very soft DNF. Yeah. So that's that. Secondly, I did end up continuing on with the Traveling Cat Chronicles by Arakawa. Wow. Yeah, this was, oh shit, my camera's dying. This was amazing. I know the last time I updated you, I was like feeling so iffy about this. This book was amazing. I kind of filmed myself after I'd read it, and I was like, I really thought you could tell more that I was crying in it, but you can't, so I'm not going to include the clip because it's just embarrassing now. But I sobbed. I sobbed at this book. I had a complete 360 of my opinion of this book. I am giving it 4 stars because I still found it a bit hard to get into, and I did struggle to connect to a lot of the chapters where it was the cat talking, because I felt like it was quite repetitive and didn't really drive the plot forward when it was just the cat talking about being a cat and hunting and doing cat things. Like, that wasn't really interesting to me. But then you would swap back into the story of the owner and his relationship with the cat, and seeing him and his different friendship dynamics with these different types of friends throughout his life, and these different encounters with animals throughout his life was beautiful. And the message of the loyalty and the incredible bond between a human and their animal, it was just absolutely moving. This book was absolutely devastating. I absolutely sobbed my eyes out. The final kind of lines of this book, I can't read to you without spoilers, but they were beautiful yet devastating. So I ended up giving this 4 stars just because I did struggle sometimes with the cat's perspective, but other than that, that was my only issue with it, was some of the cat chapters. But other than that, this book was beautiful and moving, and I recommend it to everyone. I had the bestest time with it. So glad I decided to push through and continue on with it. This book is so freaking cute. I think I paid like $2 for this. I cannot believe it. It's beautiful, beautiful. New favourite for sure. The final thing before my camera dies I need to talk to you about. I also tried picking up, what day is it? Sunday? Maybe it was Friday night? Or was it last night I read this? I think it was Friday night that I read this. Or was it last night? I can't remember. Last night or the night before, I tried picking up this Black Butler. This is the first volume in the series. This is by Yana Toboso. This is basically about this boy and his butler's like a devil or something, or like a demon or something. I don't know what. I thought it would really I thought I'd really like it. Like, this is a really popular, well-known manga series, but it gave me the bit of the icky. I don't know if it's because I was on Goodreads and I read a review saying, I can't believe people ship these two, that's disgusting. And after I read that comment, maybe I was looking too much into the interactions between the butler and a 12-year-old boy. But some of the hand placements and gestures did seem to be incredibly intimate and almost sexual. And I just had the biggest icky feeling reading this. And also, it was so fucking boring. Like, nothing happens. They just, like, entertain some guests, like, you know. And what's really annoying is the main character, because he's, like, this demon type thing. So he's, like, not human. And there didn't seem to be any tension. I don't know. Maybe it was because it was only the first volume, but
even when some action did start to happen, there didn't seem to be any tension, like, because this guy is like super powerful and amazing, he just easily defeated the bad guys. So I was just like, oh, there was no tension, like I wasn't nervous for the characters. And it's really annoying when the main character's like literally perfect and amazing at everything. That's so frustrating and annoying to read. Like, that's not entertaining, that's boring. Okay, he's perfect at everything, cool. Yeah, it was just, I really didn't like this, so I gave this 2 stars. And that's this, after I finished this I was like, okay, we're done with reading this month. Yeah, we're done. Yeah, so that's my final thoughts. This was 2 stars and icky and boring, and this was 4 stars and beautiful, and I sobbed and I couldn't stop sobbing. So yeah, I think March has been a pretty damn good reading month. There was a couple of books that I read before this vlog that unfortunately you won't be able to see. Maybe only 1 or 2 that I read before I started this, I can't remember. But I've had a pretty damn good reading month for me. All up 7 books I have finished this month, not all in this vlog, but 7 books is pretty damn amazing for me. I'm really happy, and I had majority great books this month, so it's been really fun vlogging again. I've really missed doing this. I plan on vlogging all of April as well, so look forward to that coming soon. Thank you so much for joining me on this, what I now know is an incredibly insanely long vlog, so thank you if you've made it all the way to the end. I owe you one for watching all this. Let me know in the comments below, have you read anything I've read? What did you think about it? What was your favourite read in March? And yeah, give this video a like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you would like to see some shorter vlogs from me, and yeah, I will see you in whatever the hell I post next. Bye!